what happens here shortly.
Texas Tech among the best defensive teams in the country. Oklahoma State for a large part of the season has been one of the highest scoring teams in the country. We'll see which one wins out today. The Lady Raiders start with the basketball. Oklahoma State wearing the pink accented jerseys today. There's a drive up underneath, reverse layup won't go. Look at the starting five for the Cowgirls. That's been consistent all season long. A lot of experience and some very good guard play in this Oklahoma State group.
Yeah, both these ball clubs have had consistency in their starting lineups and in their rotations. Tech, 8 very quality players that Krista Gerlich knows exactly every game what she's going to get out of each of those individuals.
Looks like we have an offensive foul against Oklahoma State. And we'll take a look at our keys to the game for both of these squads. Texas Tech got to get out and run.
Yeah, and we talked to Krista Gerlich. She talked about being able to match up in transition. You have to do that early. Obviously, you got to protect the basket first, and then rebound margin. Tech, not a great rebounding team. Oklahoma State, for the most part, has been. So that's important for Tech to hang around in that area. For Oklahoma State, Adam, it's defense first. They've got to guard in the half court against Tech, and then Tech can really turn you over. Oklahoma State's got to minimize live ball turnovers and eliminate the Lady Red Raiders from getting out and running.
A couple of good defensive possessions for Oklahoma State early. Some confusion there. It'll be Oklahoma State basketball. Cowgirls have struggled in the Big 12 a little bit at that half-court defense. Their defensive field goal percentage has not been great in league play. But a couple of stops to start this game.
Well, it's definitely there for the Cowgirls. There's some length and athleticism, particularly out on the perimeter.
There's a block. That's something Texas Tech does really well this season, as the shot clock eventually goes off, and it'll be Red Raider basketball, 9th in the country at nearly 6 blocks per game on the Lady Raiders.
And obviously, when you talk about Texas Tech, you're going to think about Collins and Maupin in particular offensively, who are so good and so efficient. But the biggest reason Tech has been good this year is the improvement on the defensive end, particularly the half court.
Allowing less than 57 points per game, the Lady Raiders. That's 22nd in the country, 2nd in the Big 12. Sanogo has it knocked free, but gets it back. Now a dribble drive and an easy bucket.
Now that's Maupin right there. He makes so many plays on the offensive end.
Timmer for the lead off the mark. Rebound knocked free and taken by Whiting. Timmer's pass is deflected, and then we have a foul. Who's it going to go on? Both players converging, trying to go for the ball, and ended up in a heap out of bounds.
I think they may get Fritz right here. It's usually the player that's latest to the ball, and obviously she was. But you can see the effort by both those players. I mean, Adam, we've just had a couple of possessions here early. The intensity level is high, the sense of urgency high with both these teams.
Physicality high as well. And you're going to take that. If you're Coach Gerlich and you want to be a good defensive team, you'll take plays like that and fouls like that all the time. Jaden Wooten struggled a little bit the last time out in Manhattan. Feeds a Cott who can't finish at close range.
I have to think Sanogo, who is a rim protector, although she didn't block it, affected that play from a Cott.
Beautiful feed underneath, finding Bristow for 2.
Some really good pieces again. And Bristow, one of those players when you forget about Collins and Maupin, she'll go get 12, 14 on you if you're not careful.
Sanogo averages less than an assist per game, but gets an early one here. This will stay with Oklahoma State.
A little high-low action right here. Inverting those bigs. Sanogo down to the versatile Bristow inside. High-low, obviously. When you get in that situation, Adam, you're taking away the built-in weak side help.
Cowgirls looking for their first points. Wooten pulls up. Hits.
Well, both these ball clubs bring pretty good players in off the bench. Tech and Collins, and then Jaden Wooten, who's essentially a starter for Oklahoma State. Coming off a rare poor game in Manhattan.
Beautiful Beautiful feed there underneath. Sanogo with the easy bucket. Maupin gets the assist. Here comes the full court pressure again. Wooten fouled in the backcourt. Stepping through the trap. Bristow will pick up the foul.
It's always important to get stops, have one and done situations. And if you're Oklahoma State, if Tech scores, you have dead ball situations, it's your ball. They're going to bring full court pressure a bunch today. It's a team that outside of West Virginia turns teams over more than anybody else in the Big 12.
Whiting having a tough time getting by Nunez. 11 to shoot. A cot with the 18-footer. Foul on Timmer. Her first personal.
Here's that last possession. This is a cot right here facing up. You know, really where she's at her best with that versatility and athleticism is taking you off the bounce. So that's good that a cot can make that, because that's going to draw Sanogo and other defenders more to her, which in turn allows her to drive, which is her strength.
Just a few minutes in, but you can already sense closer to postseason level of intensity in this game as the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say that was off of Texas Tech. The officials are going to get together and talk about it. It'll be Texas Tech ball. It looked like that's last touch by a cot.
Yeah, I think that's the correct call right there. Good the officials get together and confirm that. Tech really doing a good job. You know, we talked about the 1-2 duo offensively, but they work inside out. They've run several good half-court possessions where they've gotten looks inside the paint here early. Here's another one.
Easy with the left hand for Bristow as they went right up over the top of Staley Hurd.
And you notice Oklahoma State right now, they have a cot on Collins because of her versatility defensively, a cot. So that puts Hurd on Bristow inside.
Look at a cot with the step through. Lady Raiders in front. Cowgirls hanging tough at home. Collins, playing starter minutes. Comes off the bench. Little turnaround jab.
Collins, such a terrific offensive player. Obviously, you get instant offense off the bench. But I tell you something that's kind of unsung is her defensive versatility. The two-way play.
Hurd couldn't finish off the glass that time. Nunez out of Almeria, Spain, sets things up. Collins with the screen this time. Maupin right back to her. Lets it fly. Too strong. And a good box out from Staley Hurd. And a foul. That's 2 on Bristow here in the early going.
As a Lady Red Raider, her coaching, if you watch this team play, they are connected. And, you know, what I appreciate is they have a really strong 8-player rotation. All 8 understand who they are. You can tell they enjoy playing with each other. So she did a great job returning a core and then adding some really key pieces that have made an immediate impact, and they've had a tremendous year because of it.
Micah Gray spins one out, and it's rebounded by Collins. Yeah, she mentioned bringing back the right players. And Bailey Maupin was certainly one of those, spoke very highly of her. But we talk about how tight-knit they are, and you can see that in their communication on the floor as well as that pass sails over the top of Malone. Malone was hollering out screen coverages on that last defensive possession. You've been a player. It's got to be a lot easier to communicate on the floor when you guys get along and communicate off the floor.
And in this day and age, if you, I mean, honestly, if you have more than 3 returns, that's different than most situations. But what that says is something about your culture, probably, and the place that you are. When you look like Maupin could have gone, I'm sure, tons of places at any point in this transfer portal era, but she's a Red Raider. She has stayed here and she has helped build where they are up to this point.
Amari Whiting with the big triple for Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls would get their first 3 of the contest, and that's going to be big to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and if you look at Whiting over the last 2 games, she had 15 against UCF here a week ago. She had 16 and 9 at K-State. She was probably the biggest bright spot in Manhattan midweek.
You don't have to rewind that far either to her double-double against her former team in BYU a couple of weeks ago on this floor. Long 2 on the way, and Whiting gets the rebound. Cowgirls can take what would be their first lead of the game with a bucket. That's deflected out of bounds. Moppin turned into a volleyball player for a brief moment there, just slapped it away.
Well, I'll use, as a watch right here. And as you and I prepared for today, I'll use another Tech reference. Grant McCaslin, men's basketball coach, has a saying that the toughest team wins. And that's exactly what will happen over the long haul here today.
Micah Gray turning the corner. Reverse wouldn't go. She's fouled. And Brendan, that is true with all games. It gets more and more true as you get closer to March. And this is maybe a good tune-up because you're going to be needing to defeat teams of this caliber when you get into the Big 12 tournament if you want to win a championship and improve your seeding for the NCAA tournament.
And it's amazing how every year, I know we feel this way, but particularly probably the coaches do, once you get into conference play, time goes quicker because you're so intent and more intense on your preparation for each opponent. I mean, after today, there are 2 weeks left in the regular season. Crazy to think.
Gray can tie it, but she missed them both. Micah Gray is an 81% free throw shooter on the year. You do not see her go 0 for 2 at the charity stripe very often. Foul underneath as Igoreva was battling for position. It's her first.
Yeah, Malone and Igoreva have been going at it at both ends. Sometimes being very, very physical with one another. Igoreva, see, giving up a little size, but that's one thing you're going to get out of Igoreva, and it's been that way since her freshman year here in Stillwater. She plays with such a high motor, always being active.
That ball is stripped, but Collins regathers. Still in a bad spot, able to bounce it out. Tech started hot offensively, but hasn't scored in nearly 3 minutes. 5 seconds to shoot. Moppin working on Whiting. Got the screen. Fall away over Igoreva. Left it short, but an offensive rebound. Now it's strictly taken away. Great defensive possession for the Cowgirls. Oklahoma State still looking for its first lead. Wooten from the mid-range. No. Nunez turns the corner. Bounced it underneath. Beautiful feed finding Malone.
Yeah, nice job right there. Nunez just turned the corner enough to draw that help. Malone, nice job being patient, waiting on that delivery right there.
Wooten was in the paint, but kicks it out for an open 3, and Micah Gray rips the nets.
Now, good to see Gray get one to go down if you're Oklahoma State. And if you followed her, prolific three-point shooter. If there's one, there's usually more coming behind that. Tech obviously are going to be cognizant of that.
Texas Tech is among the best teams in the country at defending the three-point arc. 26.4% are opponents this year. That's top 20 in the country. There's a miss at close range, and the Cowgirls still looking to take their first lead. Whiting around the screen from Igoreva. Too strong. A lot of contact, no foul. Rebounded by Tech. Lady Raiders on the move. Collins, a transition 3. Got it.
Boy, Collins is so talented. Sometimes we throw three-level score a little too loosely out there, but she is definitely that.
Cowgirls with numbers. Wooten puts it on the deck. Floater, yes. And we're seeing Oklahoma State finish through some contacts these last couple of possessions.
Well, you're going to have to. I mean, Tech, a physical team, particularly in the half court. Oklahoma Oklahoma State doing a good job here in the first quarter of playing with some toughness, particularly on the defensive end.
Sydney Love, UTSA transfer, driving left, no off glass, and that will end the first quarter. A high-intensity first 10 minutes in Stillwater.
The thing about Tech, it's not just that they defended it well from a percentage standpoint. That's a great play out of the timeout right there, Miss Abundant. Not just from a percentage standpoint, but they've allowed opponents in league play through 13 games to take the least amount of, so they take the 3 away. And right there was a case in point where Oklahoma State is best in their three-point shooting is in transition. That's what concerned Krista Gerlich the most about today.
Collins couldn't quite get it to go. We have a foul on the rebound attempt against Sanogo. That's her first personal.
So in other words, in the half court, Tech really does a great job of getting to shooters. And even right there, coming out, the effort to contest, it was just late, and Timmer, who's really good at spotting up in transition, able to knock it down.
Very quick trigger, and that gave Oklahoma State its first lead of the ball game coming here in the second quarter. Six to shoot for Gray. Cotton out. The runner from the elbow couldn't get it to go. Texas Tech gets it back. The Lady Raiders are just 2 of their last 10 from the field after a hot start. That's knocked to the floor. Whiting couldn't quite get to it. Nunez pushed way out near half court. 14 to shoot. Collins open for 3. Missed it left. Wooten. Stein for the rebound. Deflected out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Raiders.
Man, you know, I was not known as a defender, as you well know, but maybe because who I played for, I love the defensive end of the floor. Both these teams have been outstanding. Intensity's there. They've been sound. Scouting report defense so far has been excellent from both these teams.
Caught on the drive. Couldn't hit the scoop shot, but Whiting sneaks in there for the Ward, the putback.
Boy, heads-up play right there from Whiting. We talk so much about her on-ball defending, which is outstanding. She's a ball hawk out front. We've seen that on display here today. Very good rebounding, particularly on the defensive end, but this time it's the offensive end. Flies in from the perimeter. And in games like this, those are the type of plays, those are winning type of plays long term.
Oklahoma State trailed at the first media timeout 10-6. Since then, Oklahoma State outscoring Texas Tech 13-5. Flip the script on the shooting numbers as well. Red Raiders started 5 for 8, are now down below 40%. Seven to shoot. Nunez, long pass to the corner. 3 to shoot. Love inside. I don't think that got away in time, but Oklahoma State got the rebound anyway, and the Cowgirls might prefer it. It's a 4-on-2 break. Timmer with the short pull-up, and it won't fall. Boy, that's when you got to convert.
Yeah, right there, the opening. I think if you're Timmer, you just got to drive it hard straight to the rim. Straight line drive opportunity there.
Long two-point jumper on the way, and it falls for Sarah Sanogo. That broke a 2 for 11 streak for the Red Raiders.
Nice job of Sanogo right there. But if you're Oklahoma State, you're okay with that look from Tech.
Timmer's okay with that look. She knocks down her second.
Now, Krista Gerlich won't love that one, Adam, because over the course of the season, that's not been an issue. That's off a make that Timmer was able to break free.
That's a tough finish for him and Nunez. Foul in the backcourt. Charged against Sydney Love, her first personal. Nice bucket for Nunez. Got Tech back within 3.
Here's that 3. And again, this is off of make. Now, part of that's the full court pressure, but you got to get to those shooters, particularly if they've had success. Timmer makes good again, and then that's Nunez right there, who has been a really good piece quietly for them. Manages the game out front, takes care of it. Transfer from Campbell has fit in nicely.
Cowgirls have numbers again. Timmer to the basket this time for 2. She's got a game-high 8.
Nice job of Timmer. Timmer, Gray, those 3-point shooters for Oklahoma State. They have to show the ability from time to time if you have a poor closeout to be able to drive it.
Bristow looked like she had the angle but couldn't finish. Gray to a top. Got to the baseline, able to finish. Lady Raiders, I think, wanted to travel in there.
Yeah, and the pace right now definitely favors Oklahoma State. Now, Tech understands if they're going to pick up full court, they're going to give up things from time to time. But Oklahoma State, particularly in this building, best when they can run and get in rhythm.
Nunez on the drive, a whistle and a foul. That'll be 2 shots as Timmer picks up the personal.
I like what Nunez has done. You know, a lot of times when teams, particularly on your road, you're on the road and they've made a 3, you have a little quick run, a team will come down on their ensuing offensive possession at them and try to get it all back. Notice the experience and intellect of Nunez. What you do is, if you can, you try to get downhill, make something happen. That's what she's doing right now. That's how you answer on the road.
Off the mark on the first free throw. These 2 teams are now a combined 0 for 3 from the foul line, and they're both in the top 5 of the Big 12 in free throw percentage, so that's definitely uncharacteristic. Second one is good. 6-point Oklahoma State lead. The Cowgirls have made 3 in a row from the field. Girardi, the Cowgirl freshman sharpshooter in the game for the first time. The Cop has the ball knocked free, and Texas Tech on the run. Fritz lost it as Girardi knocked it away. Thrown ahead to Whiting. She wasn't looking for it, and it ricochets out of bounds. Well, that was a frantic 15 seconds or so. We talked about this between quarters, Brendan. This feels like a high-intensity, high-level basketball game. There's only been a total of 7 turnovers between the 2 teams in a quarter and a half. It's been very physical.
It's been really well played. Defenses have been good, and when the offense has been successful, it's because these teams are doing the right thing.
Working on Collins. 5 seconds to shoot. Back to Collins for Texas Tech. Gets right down the lane and lays it in with the left hand.
Well, again, when a Cott's been in the game, J.C. Hoyt has put her on Collins. There's excellent defense, but Oklahoma State not really helping in the gaps right there. Collins, who's a terrific offensive player, obviously takes advantage.
Wooten from about 16 buries it.
Well, we mentioned Wooten, who honestly had her first bad game of the season. You know, I think very highly of her. You knew she was going to come back today and get back to herself.
She's 3 for 4 from the field and has 2 assists as well. Mopping off the mark from 3, Hurd with the board. Staley Hurd has not scored in the game, but has certainly been impactful. Girardi in transition, it's in and out. And we have a foul, I believe, on Texas Tech on the rebound, so it'll stay with Oklahoma State.
And tough, what you would expect in this league. But yeah, an opportunity for, you know, Tech's done a lot of things this year they haven't done in a while. You're talking about a storied women's basketball program. Chance here today to get that monkey off your back, if you will. A lot of ball left here this afternoon.
Jess Staley Hurd's second field goal attempt of the game, and she knocks it down from the corner.
I was literally just thinking here, Oklahoma State has played really well at both ends of the floor, but Hurd had only taken one shot up to that point. They're going to win today. She has got to make an impact offensively at some point.
Nunez to respond. Too long, but an offensive board and a putback. Credit Malone with the bucket.
Yeah, one of the things as Tech continues to pick up full court is a rare breakdown right there that helps Oklahoma State. They take care of the ball as well as anybody in the league because they have basically a four-guard lineup. So when Tech picks up full and you get it in bounds, whoever has it, you can just clear out, and they have the ability to bring the ball up the floor on their own, assuming no double teams.
Collins nearly traveled with it. Off-balance jumper won't go. Girardi with the rebound. Cowgirls are in the top 25 in the country as a team in assist-to-turnover ratios. That's deflected away. And about 1.3 assists to every turnover, which is, again, very, very good. Today they've been even better, 2-1 as a team so far in this game. That's a fantastic number in an offense where everything is predicated on how well they share the basketball. Underneath, Whiting deflects it to Girardi in the corner. It's off the mark. A fortuitous bounce for the Cowgirls, but they couldn't take advantage. Tech trailing by 9. It's the largest lead of the game for Oklahoma State. That's off the mark. Whiting diving for it, knocks it out of bounds. Texas Tech will get possession back. Oklahoma State has made 6 of its last 8 from the field, while the Lady Raiders are shooting just 31% from the field in this quarter.
Yeah, and if you're Oklahoma State, it'll be hard to continue this. But Collins and Maupin combined are 4 of 13 from the floor. These are two players that are not volume shooters. They are efficient every game in how they get their points.
Collins from way outside, off the mark. Whiting again having a tough time tracking down the rebound. It's tied up, and the possession arrow, I believe, favors Oklahoma State. And sometimes, Brendan, it's hard to quantify the physicality or the effort level in a game. One way to do that is seeing players dive on the floor for loose balls. We've seen that a bunch tonight, including the last 2 possessions. No trap this time, but the full court pressure remains from Texas Tech. And that's a 10-second violation on Oklahoma State. I think what happened was the jump ball didn't reset anything, and because Oklahoma State had possession, the 10-second clock had already started before that jump ball. Collins working on a Cott. Nicola Cott did a nice job staying in front there. 5 to shoot for Texas Tech. That number also seems low, but the Cowgirls come up with the turnover anyway. Gray, wide open. Texas Tech down by a dozen. Nunez will let one fly. That's too strong. Rebounded by Oklahoma State. The Lady Raiders only allow 5 made threes per game. The Cowgirls already have 6 and have been hot in this quarter. 4 for 6 from outside. There's an offensive foul, though. And the Cowgirls' 6th turnover of the game.
Yeah, right call. Wooten didn't allow a Cott to get set up. But here's the turnover. Now, Gray has the ball. She's going to get it back. Watch Wooten. Looks to reverse it. Notices the defense shift. That's her vision. Wooten's ability to see a play ahead of itself goes right back to Gray, who spots up from 3. Now you look Oklahoma State defensively, the separation right now continues to be, they are keeping everything in front. And Tech has turned into a jump shooting team here the last several possessions.
Long three-pointer on the way. No good again, and Hurd gets the rebound. Tech is 1 for its last 8 and 0 for its last 5.
Yeah, that's settling right there. Fritz can really shoot. That's not the kind of shot you want when you've been struggling in the half court offensively.
8 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Wooten wraps it to a top who gets tripped up.
Yeah, right here. On the roll, just here. It's caught up on. That's Love's foot right there. That actually helps Oklahoma State.
It resets the shot clock.
Resets the shot clock. And so, if you're the Cowgirls, priority A here on this final possession is don't turn it over. Your mindset is you want to go into the locker room up 12 at the very least. Certainly don't want to shoot it too early here either.
8 to shoot as the Cowgirls start the offensive action. Wooten turned the corner all the way to the rim. It won't go. A Cops tip back won't go. And Texas Tech rebounds, but that will end the half.
3-0 in quad 1 games. And if they were able to come back and win today, I mean, they have the leg up because of the tiebreakers to win the Big 12 championship.
Maupin buries a 3 coming out of halftime. And I looked up kind of late. Were we maybe seeing zone defense there?
Yeah, I think we did on that first possession. You got to be careful.
Texas Tech forces a turnover in the backcourt. And this is the exact start the Red Raiders were looking for.
Yeah, and you let a player like Maupin have a free look like that. Sometimes that caliber of a player just needs to see the ball go in the basket one time, and then they can get off and run it.
Maupin averages nearly 16 a game. Shoots 44% from the field and 36% from 3. There's a tough look. It won't quite fall, but a foul. Maupin, though, holding her arm and a little slow to get up.
Yeah, it's this first, and it was a zone. And I had to do kind of a double
we both
check.
did.
With as well as Oklahoma State was man-to-man in the first half, maybe Coach Hoyt just kind of pull out a little surprise or wrinkle, but I'd go with what got you here. Get back to that man-to-man that they played that first half so well.
The foul, by the way, went against Micah Gray, which was her first personal. Maupin makes both free throws, and after scoring 2 points in the entirety of the first half, Maupin has 5 in the early moments of the second half. Cowgirls having a tough time getting the ball up the floor again. Have to pitch it ahead. Timmer catches it on the sideline, and now Gray fires a 3. It's off the mark. Foul on the rebound attempt against Texas Tech. It'll stay with Oklahoma State. Texas Tech nearly forced a second turnover on 2 possessions.
And one of the things that helps Tech, and obviously a lot of basketball left, but if they're down double digits, it's in their DNA to pressure full court, right? They're good at it. They're used to it. It's not something that they have to pull out of the hat in hopes of dipping back to the game.
Up the baseline for 3. It's off the mark this time, but an offensive rebound. Sonogo under the basket. Out to Nunez to reset. We talked earlier about Texas Tech, the way they play together as a unit, and we've seen that in the early moments. Coming out of this half down 12 and playing really well, but now a turnover. Akan brings it up the floor herself after the steal. In the paint, Staley Hurd.
Yeah, nice job of Gray right there, taking advantage of her ability to knock down the 3 in a broken 4 situation and drive and set up Hurd.
The ball knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Texas Tech. Wooten and Collins both checking in here.
And here's that last possession. We saw Timmer do it the first half after making a couple 3s, and right there, great. Love how she played off 2 feet. Comes set, let the play develop, and you get Hurd sliding down the lane.
Maupin has all 5 for Tech so far in the third quarter. Now it goes inside. Tough look, off the mark, put back no. Hurd with the board. Hurd double team, able to split it, and now the Cowgirls with numbers and on the run. Wooten got the seal, goes to the rim for 2. We have a technical foul, it sounds like, on Texas Tech.
Yeah, it's not a timeout. Cowgirl bench thought it was a timeout. Here's right here. Thought there was contact there. Here's her ability to guard the 5 and take it up the floor. A cop posting there inside, essentially providing a screen. And Krista Gerlich, she went after that. There's no question she wanted that. Maybe a good move. It's early enough in the game where that can be calculated. In fact, when the technical was called, Coach Gerlich clapped. And remember, she's got a veteran team. She's got a group that is connected and lots of time. But Oklahoma State, a good response, right? Texas Tech coming out in the second half with a quick jump. Oklahoma State responds nicely.
A little surprised the Cowgirl band continued to play through that first free throw for Haley Timmer. Didn't matter. She made them both, and she's got a game-high 10 points.
Yeah, I still think half the arena thought there was
a timeout. Well, after Texas Tech scored the first 5 points of this third quarter, the Cowgirls have responded with 6 straight. Coach Gerlich getting some final notes in with the referee before we get back to action. Cowgirl fans wanted a foul on the inbounds pass there. Nunez has been really good pressuring far away from the basket today. Underneath to a Cott. Patience for a Chola Cott for 2. What a response from Oklahoma State on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, again, a really nice job of Timmer making the right play there. I mean, you don't have to be able to get to the rim all the time, Adam. Sometimes it's a dribble true to the heart of the defense, create some help, make a simple play.
This time I believe we do have a timeout from Texas Tech as the shot clock had gone down to 8 seconds. Coach Gerlich immediately out to speak with.
Now both these teams are going to have to read the officiating right now. When it gets a little bit chippy, the intensity comes out. The officials are going to be very aware of calling things tightly over the first couple minutes out. Nice job right there of Collins getting the mid-range.
First points of the second half for Collins. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Texas Tech. The Cowgirls, though, now are down to 7 seconds to get the ball across the timeline. And that's been a struggle at times here in this game against this Texas Tech press. Hurd inbound. Timmer. Here comes the double team. 3 seconds to get it across. Timmer goes right by a defender, weaving through traffic. Whiting being handled on the perimeter now. Timmer looking for help. 7 to shoot. Back to Timmer in the corner. 3 seconds to shoot. Timmer's shot is blocked by Nunez and doesn't have a chance to get another one up. Fantastic defensive possession for Texas Tech.
And I think J.C. Hoyt was kind of looking towards Wooten. When it bogs down like that as a point guard, you have to see it early. Of course, it's tougher when the ball's in the corner. The Wooten, really the player out there that can get you some kind of look in a late shot clock situation.
Collins, I think, was looking for a teammate over there, but nobody was home. The turnover gives it back to Oklahoma State. And Brendan, to rewind to that last possession for the Cowgirls, that's when you see that full court pressure. You didn't force the turnover, but you shortened the shot clock, and that made a big difference on that possession.
Yeah, and that's why Tech has been so efficient all season long. And it's, you know, sometimes they'll double, sometimes they'll do what they're doing here and just pressure the ball up the floor.
There's a foul on Nunez, who cut off Whiting. First against Nunez, who has a team high 58 steals on the year, averages more than 2 per game.
Yeah, great ball pressure that you get each game from Nunez.
Oh, a miscommunication. Hurd, I don't think, can touch that because she threw it in. It's stolen away by Love, who missed the shot, but she'll go to the line.
Yeah, but you almost wish, you wish now in hindsight that Hurd picks this up. Right there. You don't want Hurd to foul and pick up some cheap one. That was kind of the last choice. Again, there's that Tech pressure. Oklahoma State took care of it pretty well the first half, just 6 turnovers. But when it keeps coming at you, Adam, for 40 minutes, you know, it's tough to not have a stretch or two where Tech is able to get those live ball turnovers they're so effective with.
The old wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man is in action behind the Texas Tech goal. Try to distract Love from this free throw. She missed the first, made the second. First point of the game for Sydney Love. And a travel against Amari Whiting. J.C. Hoyt arms out saying, hey, calm down, relax a little bit. Lead is still a dozen for Oklahoma State, but they've turned it over 3 times in the last 91 seconds.
And Tech able to get set up in it right there off the free throw line. And we talked about it. I mean, Tech, Adam, and this is part of who they are. This is not a situation where they're just hoping to turn you over to get back into it. That's why you see Krista Gerlich over there. Now, she was on the officials, but she was not panicking in terms of her ball club.
Tech forces 20 turnovers per contest. That's top 50 in the country. They're +4 per game. They're actually +4 in this one right now. Love lets it fly. It's off the mark, and Wooten tracks down the board. Wooten creating numbers off the spin. Hurd tucks it, flings it, can't finish. The call is that that's out of bounds off of Sonogo.
Yeah, there's going to have to be, in my opinion, a stretch, in the very least, where Hurd gets going a little bit offensively. Right there, she was trying to take advantage of a size mismatch on Love. I liked her aggressiveness, trying to get to the rim right there.
Halfway through the second quarter. Underneath to Akat. The reverse, and it falls for a Cholacott.
Watch the vision right here. 7 minutes. And they came back and had, you know, this happens all the time. You have team meetings or discussions with your ball club, and she felt like they had a great one in between these 2 games. Certainly felt like they would respond, and they have. And they've been really good at home the last couple of years under J.C. Hoyt. It's just, can you get this defense, if you're Oklahoma State, to travel with you on the road? And I think that that's what this team, honestly, is still not completely bought into.
Love has her pass deflected, and it's stolen away by the Cowgirls. Oh, fancy move past the bottom, and hits the floater. Three Cowgirls in double figures now. Mop it from the mid-range. That's off the mark. Deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Texas Tech.
Watch this. Look at this. I mean, how is there not a collision here? Watch Wooten catch it. Oh, wow. Right there. I mean, 1, she saw it coming. 2, the ability. That looked like Barry Sanders rolling through some defenses back in the day. There's only one person in the building right now that could have made that play, and that was Wooten.
A whistle away from the ball and an offensive foul against Texas Tech. Yeah, I'm playing in my mind what would have happened to me had I caught the ball in that scenario. Either I'm running through the defender or one of my knees is shattering, or both.
Well, good thing IMSA's parked out outside the building.
They're always nearby for these things. Here comes the trap. Wooten saw it early and got it away. And Whiting went straight to the rim, couldn't finish. Rebounded by Tech. The Lady Raiders now on the run. It's 5-on-4 at the moment, but a nice job by Oklahoma State's four getting back and spreading out. Mopping on the drive, right by Gray. She can't finish, but draws the foul.
Yeah, I like it right there. You know, Collins, Moppin, they can score in a lot of ways. Look at that rip. Has the space, good spacing by Tech. Rip and blow by Gray right there.
This is a Texas Tech team that shoots 44% from the field on the year, 36% from three. They're well below both of those numbers right now, and they don't play at as high of a pace as Oklahoma State, but they've been a very efficient offensive team. Cowgirls have put the clamps on them for the most part today as Moppin hits the first.
Yeah, and we've talked about it today. You talk about their efficiency. Their two best players are efficient. You know, Collins takes good shots. Moppin takes good shots. They take shots within themselves. They play as a team. That's why you get 32 points a game out of those two. I mean, consistent.
The other thing we haven't talked about much is Texas Tech is top 100 in the country, averaging about 19 free throw attempts per game. They've only shot 6 today in what's been a pretty physical game. Gray lost it. It's out of bounds. It'll go to Texas Tech. That might have been the better of the two options for her because she had that arm wrapped around on the drive a little bit as well.
Well, going back to those two offensive juggernauts in Collins and Moppin, when you look at their numbers, they consistently together, because of their ability to drive, you see Collins do it right there and create contact. They score 9 to 10 points a game combined just off the free throw line. Typically, Oklahoma State's done a good job of keeping them away from it.
Timmer, the response, but a whistle beforehand, and I think they're going to wave it off. It's an offensive foul against Achola Cott. We'll see if they count the basket or not.
Yeah, the whistle. No basket. Yeah, the whistle blew before the shot leaves Timmer's hands. Here's a Cott right there. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Heads up play. Cott makes the right decision, but if you play off 2 feet, that doesn't happen. That's good officiating right there.
Texas Tech trying to take advantage of an opportunity now, but Wooten knocks it free. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Oklahoma State. Now there's a discussion, though, between the official and several Texas Tech players.
Now watch Wooten right here. Gives up size, but continues to move her feet right there. And you force Bristow to fumble it. I love the intent, man. You know I do.
That was what they were looking at. In any case, the call on the court stands. Texas Tech nearly forces an immediate turnover. Good trap. They get it to Hurd. Flung ahead to Wooten. And Wooten with the floater hits it.
Boy, Hurd did a great job getting out of the pressure, facing up, and then being able to throw that hard two-handed pass in stride and in rhythm to Wooten. Now watch this right here. Obviously, Tech's going to keep coming with the pressure. Here's Hurd. See right there? And that's a bullet. Strong pass in rhythm. Wooten, who's so good at reading the defenses right there, able to flow all the way to the rim.
It looked like a Mike Leach spread offense pass right there. You hit the short slant, get a step out in front, get out moving.
Well, maybe Oklahoma State will see some of that with Mike Leach's former player, Eric Morris, new Oklahoma State football coach, former Texas Tech Red Raider.
Tech at the line. Collins shooting her first free throw attempt of the game.
So the formula for Coach Gerlich and Tech, you know, is to really put themselves in positions in some parts of the game that is their strength. The full court pressures you see here, and a lot of Collins and Moppin trying to get downhill. A couple of things happen. You can put points on the board if you can get to the line, because they do it very well. But you're putting points on the board with the clock stopped. So that's got to be in the mix over the last 12 minutes here, in my opinion, for Tech.
Oklahoma State led by a dozen at the break. They're +1 in the second half, but it's been a very well-contested second half of play. There's another block for the Lady Raiders.
Great defense right there. Fritz held strong on her.
That'll be Oklahoma State basketball.
Has a pretty tight window right there to try to thread it.
By the way, we mentioned Tech's propensity to block shots. They've got 3. The Cowgirls have 2 of their own. So it's almost even in that category today. 90 seconds to play in the third quarter.
That's part of what has made Tech so good defensively, because they can pressure up front, and then they have rim protection on the back end, particularly with Bristow and Sonogo.
Texas Tech trying to find a way to cut into the deficit. That's off the mark, and Whiting gets the board. Your Tech, you'd love to get it to single digits by the end of this third quarter, but the Cowgirls have a chance to run some clock here as we approach the 1-minute mark in the third. Timmer called for steps. Little hesitation on the shot, just pointed the feet.
Yeah, and Fritz right there, who on a previous possession made that great block on Hurd. Good recovery getting back to Timmer. Fritz is one of those true 3-and-D type players. Knocks down 3-point shots. Very good defender on the perimeter.
Fritz on the wing. Skip to Bristow. Collins. 8 to shoot. Nunez in the corner, 4 to shoot. Well defended. Short.
Really, really good defensive possession again from Oklahoma State right there. Helping on Collins, defending without fouling, keeping everything in front.
Cowgirls haven't scored in 2 minutes. Tech doesn't have a field goal in almost 3 minutes. Approaching the end of the third quarter. Whiting is fouled. Maupin second. This third quarter very similar to the first. Tech outscored OSU 15-14 in the first quarter. It's currently 15-14 in favor of the Cowgirls here in the third. It's that second quarter that's been the difference in which Oklahoma State outscored the Lady Raiders 22-9. Really played lockdown defense over the course of those 10 minutes. Whiting missed them both. The Cowgirls are 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Collins gets it away. It banks in, but I don't think she got rid of it in time. The officials waved it off, but they will go take a look.
Through 3 quarters defensively on those 2. Oklahoma State coming in, and you see on this possession a Cott, who plays the 5 for Oklahoma State, defending Collins. And that's the versatility defensively of a Cott. She has length and size, and they're hoping that that would slow down Collins a little bit. It has overall. And then with Oklahoma State being able to have a lot of switchability on the perimeter, I think that's helped them in defending Maupin. Now here's the challenge though. Those are 2 really good players. Can you close out the game and continue to defend them that way? If not, Tech can get back in this quickly, as we all know.
Here's another way Tech can get back into it, as Fritz makes both. The 2 teams combined to turn it over only 10 times in the entire first half. They combined for 15 in the second half, or sorry, in the third quarter. Whoever can shut that valve off first is going to give themselves a chance to make a run. We have a timeout from J.C. Hoyt, and a timely one, because I think there may have been a foul there against Staley Hurd. I think the Texas Tech coaching.
Correct call based on the situation by the officials.
Staley Hurd will inbound for Oklahoma State. Girls working with an 11-point lead, and Cott with the bucket.
Yeah, really good post-entry pass right there. A Cott, a good job of using her body to seal Nunez off right there.
5 assists to just 1 turnover for Jaden Wooten. Collins open, got it.
There you go, big bucket from Collins right there. Remember, she is great going downhill and getting mismatch situations, but she's a 42% three-point shooter.
Whiting in the lane for 2.
Good answer right there from Oklahoma State. They're going to have to attack the pressure. There's way too much time if you're Oklahoma State to start getting conservative offensively. Tech's going to continue to pick up full court. You have to attack and take advantage.
That was a very off-balance shot for Collins. It's out of play. It'll be Oklahoma State basketball. And we take a look back at the Whiting shot in the lane.
Yeah, right here, numbers. And you see Collins kind of defensively put in a spot to make a decision.
Caught through some contact, an offensive foul. It'll go the other way. And as we head to the offensive end for Texas Tech, well, let's take a look at the fact real quick.
Yeah, good defense right here. You just get a cot sped up. Good rotation over. Guess who it is again? That's Fritz. Set before a cot made that move.
Brendan, we talked about the possibility for Texas Tech to hold Oklahoma State well below their three-point make average and how important that was for the Cowgirls today. Tech makes about 8 per game. They've only got 3 makes in the contest. The Cowgirls have flipped that script today. Moppin, crossover 3, short.
But it's much more important to Oklahoma State to make them than Tech in the game. Tech has won a lot of ball games without knocking down three-point shots. They won ball games when they shot it poorly from the field, even because of that defense.
Whiting on the drive. Tough angle. Rebounded by Texas Tech.
Boy, great one-on-one containment of Collins right there, not allowing Whiting to turn the corner.
Moppin followed Bristow down the lane, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line. Heads-up play by Bailey Moppin.
This is certainly going to continue to be a battle of wills this last 750, Adam. Talked about Tech equipped, you know, they're on the road against an NCAA tournament team, down a dozen, but the way that they play, the experience they have, particularly with Bailey Moppin, you know, they're going to make the right plays. That was the right play right there. Her ability to get downhill, draw contact. Now if you make this free throw, you set up your full court pressure.
And she does. 6 of Moppin's 11 have come at the charity stripe. She's just 2 for 9 from the field. Trying to pull her team back into it with a little less than 8 minutes to go. Pitch ahead. Timmer through contact. She'll go to the line. That's 3 on Moppin.
And right now, Oklahoma State with a 5-guard lineup, essentially. That's why, at least in terms of statistically, Oklahoma State takes care of the ball better than any team in the Big 12. And you're certainly going to need that when you play Texas Tech.
Timmer gets both. All of her second half points have come at the foul line. Pushes the lead back to 12. That's where it was at halftime. And the Cowgirls have held the Lady Raiders at arm's length throughout the second half. 7, I believe, is as close as they've got. There's a miss. Wooten double teamed. Needs some help. It's deflected, but Timmer saves the day for the Cowgirls. Hurd with an open 3. It's short. Timmer's there again. A couple of big plays from Haley Timmer. Now a Gray 3. It's good.
You're exactly right, Adam. You can credit that entire possession, that end result of Gray knocking down the 3 to what Timmer did right there.
Cowgirl fans sensing a chance to expand this lead. Fritz on the drive. Got it. That's a tough look.
The way it was right there. Moppin Trying to drive it along that baseline, finds Fritz. Good bucket from Fritz.
There's a timeout from Krista Gerlich.
Tech only has 4 steals, so in other words, they have minimized the line ball turnovers of Tech.
And then one chance for Oklahoma State, and a flex from their point guard, Jaden Wooten.
Tough right here, and that is just strength right there. Gets enough of an angle on Love right there, and then able to initiate, absorb contact, and finish.
And what did you talk about earlier in the game, Brendan? Jaden Wooten had one of her very, very few bad games in her college career the last time out. What a response from the Cowgirls sophomore. She gets that bucket. She's now the team's leading scorer at 15 points and has 6 assists and 1 turnover.
You know, I would argue that throughout the season, she is their most consistent player as far as what you're going to get. I mean, and certainly you're always going to get great effort and tough plays out of her.
Brendan, Texas Tech started the game 5 for 8 from the field. They've shot 29% since, although that bucket from Collins will help a little bit.
Great job with Collins right there. That was just Collins willing her way towards the basket.
Girls by 14 and willing to let that shot clock run down here as we close in on the end of the contest. There's a foul. Collins gets called for the foul, but got banged up a little bit on the play, it looked like, as well.
Years or added, it's anything above the shoulders. Elbow, forearm, that situation, hand above the shoulder. You know, by rule, that is the correct call.
This is a big opportunity for Texas Tech to grab some momentum here. Maupin makes both. That means her last 8 points have come at the free throw line. She made the 3 to open the second half for Texas Tech and does not have a field goal since. And because it was after the foul, Texas Tech gets the ball here also.
And right there, points with clock stoppage for Tech. Exactly what they would like to have a lot more of here this last 5+ minutes.
They were trying to post Maupin on Wooten there for a moment. Love comes to get it. 15 to shoot for Tech. Wanted Collins to cut. Maupin behind the screen now. It's in and out. That was an odd sequence for Texas Tech.
Yeah, but a pretty good look. Wooten got hung up on the screen right there, and you get Maupin with the wide open 3 at the top of the key. Definitely think you take that if you're Krista Gerlich.
Wooten on the drive. Can't quite finish, but she's fouled.
Now watch, it's overloaded on the right-hand side, so that basically isolates Wooten by herself on the left. That's something Oklahoma State will do, basically clear out. She's so strong with the basketball and can change pace, and right there, like she does many times, you can get the defender off balance, and she's very good at driving to contact.
Wooten makes the free throw. A team high 16 for the Cowgirl sophomore. Oklahoma State continuing to hold Texas Tech at arm's length. This would be the Cowgirls' first quad 1 win of the season. It would also be their first win of the season against a team ranked ahead of them in the Big 12 standings right now. A drive and a finish. Maupin's 3rd field goal of the game.
Well, she just plays so smooth, doesn't get sped up. Even on that play right there, you just sense her experience and know-how.
Here's a growth opportunity for Oklahoma State. The last time they had a chance to get a win at home against an opponent this highly ranked was against Baylor back early in the Big 12 schedule. They led late, they couldn't finish it, but Staley Hurd is playing different now than she was 6 weeks ago, and that's a big shot. Inside, it's not free. it'll stay with Texas Tech.
Again, it's all predicated by Wooten. Right here, little drive, you bring Malone to you, pick and pop. That's a long stretch for Malone to protect drive on Wooten and then get back to her. That's why she was so wide open. But again, it's the timing and the playmaking ability of Jade Wooten.
Oh, and that's tipped away by Whiting. She comes up with the steal. Now double team in the backcourt, looking for help. Zips it ahead. Back to Whiting. On the drive, right to the rim, Whiting for two. The Cowgirls are on a run. They've made 4 straight. And a timeout from the Texas Tech bench. Giving up only 6 fast break points to Texas Tech in this contest. Collins lets it fly. It's off the mark, but Nunez there with the putback. Point game. Casey Hoyt telling her team to hold, run some clock here. The clock is the Cowgirls' friend. Tried to shoot for Hurd in the lane. No, that's a tough look for Staley Hurd. Maupin flips it out. And Fritz buries the 3. Lady Raiders refusing to go away. It's a 13-point game. And we have a foul.
And I think that'll put Hurd to the line. Fritz, nice answer for. They really do a good job, you know, even without a true post that you throw it into that plays with their back to the basket, of getting to the paint, working inside out on those threes.
Hurd too strong on that one, but we've talked when we've had Oklahoma State games this year, Brendan, about their main stars need to be main stars. Hurd, Wooten, and Whiting have combined for 11 of Oklahoma State's 13 made field goals here in the second half. Hurd did miss both of those. The Cowgirls, one thing they're not doing well is shooting free throws. Just 7 of 14. Fritz lets another one go. That one's short. Whiting comes up with the board. Whiting is now just a rebound shy of a double-double. 11 points, 9 boards. 2 minutes to go. Skip pass out to Whiting. Oklahoma State's actually shooting better from 3 than they are from the free throw line in this game. There's a turnover, though. They flip it back out to Maupin, who had the steal, and she lays it in.
Boy, nice play right there. Maupin, good hands, tapping that free.
Nearly another turnover. Maupin creates contact. We have a blocking foul called. The official right in front of it didn't have anything. Maupin picks up her 4th personal. So she's got to be careful now. They cannot afford to lose her.
Now, good job getting out of the double team out. No question right there. Now, you know, I'm not somebody that's going to get on officials very often, unless it's, and I got to tell you, I think this crew has done a great job today.
Yeah.
It really has at both ends. I mean, you have 2 high-level teams, intensity, well coached. They've done a really, really nice job. And I also don't always throw that out loosely, too, but certainly want to make that comment before the game finishes.
Yeah, this, as physical as this game has been, they've found a very nice balance of letting the teams play. There's a foul, and one chance for Maupin. We also appreciate that they've communicated with us.
What a really good player. Really good player. I mean, how fun would it be, especially this day and age, if you're a Tech fan, to watch the development and growth of Bailey Maupin and just understands how to play and lead. That's what you do right there late. You got to try to get downhill and create something.
Cowgirls up 11 with the ball as we approach the 1-minute mark. Tech not fouling yet. Trying to get a stop on this possession in what is an 11-point game. Wooten dishes. 6 for Whiting. The scoop shot off glass. No, it's tip free. Taken by Texas Tech.
You're okay with that if you're Oklahoma State. You chew it up the entire clock there.
Mopping down the lane. Couldn't get it to go. And the Cowgirls get the rebound. Boy, that was a good look for Moppin, and it just stuck on the rim. Foul against Sonogo.
Yeah, there's Moppin once again trying to get there, and you think it's going to go and just comes off. That may be the one right there that eventually does it for Oklahoma State.
I think Moppin was anticipating Hurd going up with her and challenging her, and Hurd kind of pulled back. Avoided any contact as Whiting makes the first free throw. Whiting, Wooten, Akot, Timmer, and Hurd all in double figures. All 5 starters scoring in 4 of the 5. Gray with 9 as well. There's a foul with 35 seconds to go and some contact. Wooten a little banged up. Cowgirls lead it by 13. Cott will come out. Gray checks in. Jaden Wooten saying, hey, she kicked my leg. I did not foul her. Nunez misses anyway.
One thing that's remained the same over the years is nobody ever thinks they fouled. There's been a lot of change in basketball. That's not one of them. Especially Morgantown and going up to Ames. But if they will defend Oklahoma State like they did today for 40 minutes, they will put themselves in position to win.
6 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Micah Gray fires off the mark left. Shot clock is off for Texas Tech. Nunez will drive and lay it in. That'll get it to a 10-point game with 7 seconds to go. And Texas Tech will not foul. The Cowgirls needed a big win at home against a ranked opponent and a quad 1 victory, and they got it here. A 10-point win against the Texas Tech Lady Raiders.
What's a good win for Oklahoma State?